All right, thanks for having us. The injuries for you, Willie Clyde is the primary one. He is out. He was sick, and so we left him back in Kansas City. And then Willie Gay was limited today, but did some things. We look forward to playing the Dolphins, in particular here in Frankfurt. So it's the people have been so nice to us, coming here and welcoming our people that worked with them from Kansas City. Have done a phenomenal job too of setting things up for us at the hotel and then here at this beautiful facility. So with the national team. Anyways, with that, time is yours.
All right, we're going to start in the front right here in the middle. Right here.
Andy, Willie Gay, he's going to be up on Sunday, and also McKinnon.
Yeah, McKinnon practiced full today. Willie didn't. And then we'll just see about Sunday. You know, Willie's making progress, so he was able to do some stuff today, and he is making progress.
And Richie James, is any chance he's up on Sunday? Or
We'll see on that. You know, we'll see how that goes.
We'll go right here, man. Yeah. No, right. Yes. Yeah.
What do you consider most fun about playing in Europe?
Yeah, well, we get to play a great football team in the Dolphins, and being in front of the fans. I think the fans in Germany are passionate about the game. I've also seen fans from Kansas City that have traveled here, and from Miami. So both those teams will be represented well, and then the German fans I know are very excited to be out there and to watch this, and so we appreciate that.
Sam.
Andy, it's based on when you leave. It's a little bit damned if you do, damned if you don't. But what are the ways that you try and keep the guys well rested ahead of the game on Sunday, especially at that time?
Yeah, sure. I mean, the travel is the challenge, and the only reason that we came over today or yesterday, which ended up being today, was that I've done that before a couple different times. So, and the guys seem to respond to it. But every situation is different. Every team is different on how they go about it. The Dolphins came over earlier because they believe in it. So that's just what we've done. We try to make sure the guys stay hydrated, which you can get dehydrated during the travel period, 8-hour flight. And then make sure they get their rest on the plane. And then obviously tonight's an important night.
Right here, sir.
The German fan community is really looking forward to that game, seeing you and reacting to that. What do you expect from them? Because it's not like a typical home game. Can they do something to make it special for you guys? And if you have a bratwurst, that's the most important.
I haven't had a bratwurst. I might have one now. Maybe two. So the fans are going to be loud. And they're going to be loud for both offense and defense. That's just how it goes. Based on my past experience playing overseas. So that's okay. We like that. The thing I've seen is just there are a bunch of different jerseys from different teams in the stadium. And we like that in the National Football League because that fan base is very important. To have a fan base that is in Europe is is a big thing for all of us. And so, and I remember back when it was either the World League or USFL, whichever one it was, all the teams ended up, they started all through Europe, they all ended up in Germany. And that's because of the fan base and the passion that the people of Germany have for football.
Bye.
Andy, just kind of related to that, obviously from a purely practical standpoint, you not have all the logistics to go through here, but can you feel all the benefits or what the benefits are to doing something like this in the bigger picture sense?
Well, I'd tell you yes. I mean, it's you see what's happened with basketball. You see what's happened with baseball, and over the years you've seen this grow in the National Football League. And so I think I'm passionate about football, and so not that I don't like the other sports, but I'm passionate about football. That's what we do, and so to see it be potentially worldwide that's a great thing. It's an enjoyable game. It's fun. It's exciting. There's a little bit of that angriness that comes out in guys, and they go out and play and hit each other, and sometimes that's good. I've always said if we could figure out how to get all the countries to play, we wouldn't have wars. We'd just go play football, and it'd be a great place.
Coach, just one football question on this question as it relates to Chiefs fans traveling. Does it ever surprise you about the amount of fans that you have traveling, whether it's a home game or visiting, especially overseas? And then secondly, what have you seen on film? We know what their offense can do stressfully on the defense, but what does their defense do that will give you some concern for this weekend?
Yeah, so we think we have great fans, and we love the fact as coaches and players that they travel, and that's a great thing. And they do it everywhere throughout the United States, around the world here. So it's a neat thing. The Dolphins' offense is very, very good. They're number one in the National Football League right now. So it's a great challenge for us. But that's why we do this. That's why we do it as coaches and players. You want to be able to play against the best, and so that's where they're at right now, offensively.
Right there, sir.
So, hey, Coach. So every week, teams are rolling out a new method to stop Tyreek Hill. Nothing seems to be too effective yet. What's it like game planning for a once in a lifetime player like that?
Yeah, how great is he? He's a heck of a player, and they've got a few of those. They've got a couple of great players on that team, offensively and defensively. But Tyreek, we're familiar with. He's been doing this a long time and at a very high level, and he hasn't slowed down. He's putting up great numbers. So our guys know that. It's a great challenge for us, our secondary, to work against him. So that's what we're practicing for.
In the back, sir.
We already talked about Tyreek Hill. It's the first time you meet him as an opponent.
It's the first time you meet him as an opponent since he left Kansas City. So what will it be, putting the sports aside, what will it be on a personal level to meet him again on the pitch?
Yeah, well, I've always got along good with Tyreek, and I'm one of his biggest fans as long as we're not in Germany playing.
Right.
He's a good kid.
Yes, sir. Right there.
So, Coach, you're the team in NFL with most drops, 18 drops in the NFL. And funny thing, you're meeting one of your greatest receivers. How much of a concern is it to you going into the game?
Yeah, we've got to be more consistent catching the football. So that ends up being a thing that we work on, and so we'll continue to do that. We've got a couple of young players in there that are working their tail off to get better every day, and that's where the focus is. We don't get caught up too much in the stats, but just are we getting better as we go? So we had a little bit of a hiccup last week. Now we got to step back up and control the things we control. That's working at bettering ourselves.
Right here.
Hi, Coach. So what have you learned from last week's game, and does it affect your game plan for this week?
Yeah, two different teams. So you change your game plan up anyways. But there's always something you learn, and whether you win or lose, if you're honest with yourself. So, but one of the big things is we're striving to be more consistent in all phases, whether it's special teams, offense, defense, whether it's in the coaching part of it. We're working to get better, and so up till last week, I thought we were heading that direction, and now we have another opportunity. We've got to learn from that one and move forward.
Last question right there.
Coach, you're no stranger to playing overseas. You played in London, or coached in London, and also Mexico. What are you telling your young guys to expect from this?
Yeah, it'll be, I compare it to the Super Bowl a little bit, where the crowd noise will be loud on both sides of it, offensively, defensively. And then you got to take care of yourself. The travel part's different. That's the biggest difference. And so you got to make sure that you handle that right. And so that's the way we try to go about that. And, you know, the people here have been great with allowing us to try to stay in somewhat of a routine. And then our front office has done a good job. That's it.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
I get to pick which.
The one with the, we'll start with Sam McDowell.
Hey, Patrick, do you have a sense of just the international prominence that you have? And I wonder if just coming here gives you even more of a sense of that.
I mean, it's really cool. I mean, just to be on this stage, the world stage in Germany. I've been wanting to get to Germany for a while, working with Adidas and Boss and some of the companies that I work with. And so to be able to be here playing football against a great football team, it's going to be a tremendous experience, and I'm glad I get to experience it.
Have you seen your abs anywhere?
I haven't yet, so we've kind of been busy, so we've been rolling around. But some people have told me that they've seen them. So, I mean, just tremendous partners that I work with. And like I said, just at the world stage, and I'm glad to be a part of it.
Patrick, just related to that, did you have that sense of a world stage in a different way than maybe even, I don't know if it's different than the Super Bowl, but this feeling of expanding the game and what this game means here?
Yeah, it's really cool to see from the place 60 guys went by. Just seeing that the NFL football, American football has kind of taken even to further parts. It's gone all the way across the world with flag football coming to the Olympics, and I think it's really cool because football is such a great game that's given me so much, and I want to make sure that everybody gets the same experiences that I got growing up.
Nick?
Patrick, you play against probably old teammates every single week, right? Is it going to be a little different, though, running into Tyreek this week?
Yeah, no, it's going to be cool. I mean, that's my brother. I mean, with everything else going on, we've built a great relationship over the years that he was in Kansas City, and still talk every once in a while these days. And he's had a tremendous last few seasons. Be a great challenge for our defense. But at the end of the day, we're playing a great football team. I mean, they got a lot of great players over there, and so it'll be a great challenge for us. And what better place to do it than in Germany?
Patrick, Jalen Ramsey has returned along with David Howden. What type of challenges on the outside does that bring for you?
Yeah, I mean, two great corners. I've played against both a couple of times. Both of them are great players. They're physical, they're smart, they're fast. And it'll be a great challenge for our receivers and tight ends. And I'm sure they'll do a good job of mismatching and changing it up. And Vic Fangio has a great defensive scheme, Coach Fangio. And so I have a lot of respect for him. And so there'll be a game plan that he comes in with, and we'll have to adjust to it and continue to make plays.
Right here.
Patrick, Leo from Frankfurt met last year in Harvard. We know MVS is not the most happy to be here. He said that he had to hire a babysitter for his dog. But who do you think in the team is the most happy to be here in Germany?
Idiot babysitter. I mean, I got kids. So, the happiest to be here, Jarek McKinnon. That dude, I don't know if it's just everywhere, but he loves traveling. He loves doing stuff like that. And so I'm extremely happy to be here as well. And I'm hoping that I can obviously get the win here, then try to visit Germany again in the off season. So it's going to be a great experience, and I think a lot of guys are extremely happy to be here.
In the back. Yep.
You talked about the Olympics. I'm right here.
Yeah.
You talked about the Olympics. I mean, with your travel passes, you would be an amazing flag football player. Would you like to compete in the Olympics in 2028?
Oh, I definitely want to. But I've seen some of those guys play the flag football, and they're a little faster than I am. I know there's not like there's not like linemen blocking for you. So I'll be 31, 32 years old. So if I can still move around, and I'm gonna try to get out there and throw the football around, maybe in LA. Just don't tell Coach Reid or Beach or anybody.
Patrick, you talked about the challenge of playing the game within itself, but what have you told your players? You played in 2019 in Mexico, international game. What have you told your young guys that haven't experienced this yet?
Yeah, I think. First of all, like Coach Reid was saying a little bit, playing the Super Bowl, I think is going to help. Just with the fans cheering from both sides, and there's energy the entire game, and and everything like that. But I think other than that, you just got to focus on the football. You enjoy the atmosphere, especially before the game starts. And you walk out there and you see the fans and sure they'll be singing and cheering and everything like that. But once the football gets going, you focus on your job and how you can execute that job. And I think the guys understand that. So now we're going to continue to prepare until we get to the game and go out there and be us.
Right there, young man.
Earlier it was mentioned that the Chiefs lead the league in drops. How much of that is mental, and as a quarterback, how important is it to build up confidence?
Yeah, I think I always said drops just kind of happen. If you continue to work at it, you can kind of eliminate it. And I've seen the guys continue to work throughout the season. They know I'm going to keep firing the football to them, and obviously we don't want drops. But at the same time, when they happen, you just got to make sure you fix that mistake. And when it comes back to you that next time, you don't drop it again.
Patrick, just checking how you're feeling physically after last week's game, and also how the hand is doing.
I'm feeling perfectly fine. It was kind of just that night and a little bit that next day, but I kind of got back pretty quickly. And the hand's fine. Just have to cover it up for some practices, but I don't think I'll have much of anything on it for the game.
Right here, yes, sir.
We are kind of the German podcast about the Chiefs, and for us, it's a really small stadium compared to the Arrowhead we were playing. What can the German fans do on one side to make you feel home? On the other side, today's my birthday. I would love to give you something from the German community, like a sweater and a book, if that's okay for you.
Yeah, first off, happy birthday. And then I would say just bring energy. Just cheer loud, enjoy it. No hostility. I mean, we're here to enjoy the NFL and we want to try to win, but at the same time, we want to just enjoy this experience in Germany and bring NFL to Germany. And so just enjoy every single moment of it. These things fly by fast. I've always tried to enjoy every moment of my career. And this will be one that I'll have for the rest of my life.
All right, we only have time for a couple more. We'll go with Neil.
Patrick, how quickly do you turn the page on the game last week, or do you try to use that as further motivation and learnings going into this week?
Yeah, you always go to that next day. You watch the film that next day. You try to find where you can correct the mistakes that you make, and then you try to wash it. You find that stuff, you correct it, you talk about it with your coaches and your teammates, and then you move on and continue to move forward. The NFL is a long season. That stuff happens, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there and compete that next week.
In the blue, right here, sir.
You played in so many places, collegiately and professionally, obviously. What do you think is going to stand out with Frankfurt on Sunday?
The fans. I mean, I talked to Ted. I had a buddy who played in Germany last year, and I remember him sending me a video on an NFL Sunday, and so there were so many Chiefs fans, and I'm so excited to see them. I've had this game circled, knowing that the Chiefs Kingdom is in Germany, and I want them to be able to see us firsthand. And I'm excited to be able to play out here.
We'll go two more. We'll go right here, sir.
Hi, you might have heard about the NFL Europe, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if the NFL Europe had still existed in your rookie year, do you think a year as a starter in NFL Europe have taken you further in your career than learning from Alex Smith in Kansas City?
I think the playing would have definitely helped. The one thing I think would be just the learning from Alex and Coach. I know it's kind of in the spring and everything like that, but I remember Coach Kingsbury played in NFL Europe, and he had great experiences doing that. And so, and just like my dad playing in minor leagues, any playing football against top competition gets you better. And so I think I definitely would have probably had to utilize a little bit of it after that first year. But it worked out pretty all right.
Last question.
Patrick, the moment you found out you were going to play a game in Germany, was there anything that came into your mind immediately that you thought about Germany or Frankfurt?
Yeah, no, I was excited. Once they announced the NFL was going to Germany, I was excited. I was hoping we were going to be able to come last year. Obviously, that didn't work out in Munich. But to be in Frankfurt now, I mean, like I said, I have a lot of great partners that always come over to the United States and to the USA and meet with me. And so to be able to be here in some of their headquarters and stuff like that, it's a great experience so far. And I'm excited to enjoy the entire weekend.
All right. Thank you, Patrick.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, let me get your perspective. Hey, you're in a whole other country. What can you do?
Yeah, pretty good. Say that again. Oh yeah, yeah.
Come on, everybody. Ted, you said hit the lights? All right now. Thank you. Was that sparkling?
I know it's still. Is that okay?
Yes, it is. Anything's appreciated.
Anything else?
How you guys doing?
All right, if you want to address one of the guys individually, just say his name. If not, we'll just let those guys pick it up. We'll start with Bade.
For Chris and three of you guys, if you don't mind, could you just describe the feeling of arriving here and the sort of contrast between being tired and being excited, what that's like to be here now?
The plane ride was amazing. We got to put the coaches on the back of the plane. And they let us sit at the front, take up all the seats. So I was able to sleep on the plane, get some rest. I started walking around, talking on the phone. And just landing here has been amazing, man. The people has been very, very, very opening to us being here. And I'm excited, man. We get to play Miami Dolphins in Germany internationally, bringing the game over here for more pub. I think it's been amazing. I'm looking forward to Sunday.
Oh, yeah, well, I'd agree with Chris. It's been really special coming out here. I love the atmosphere, all the energy that's over here, and we get to be in this, this world-class facility that they're able to partner up with, let us come and get our work done here and get ready to play a game on Sunday. I got to play an international game before, and these games are always so unique because this crowd's cheering for both sides at the same time. Random jerseys, you might see Baltimore jerseys or whatever. just in the stands. So it's a unique experience, and we're glad to be a part of it.
Yeah, I'm very excited. Like Chris said, we had a really nice playing setup, so I think a lot of us got some good sleep. But I did some research on the stadium we're playing in. 2006 FIFA World Cup was there, and looking at all the teams, you see David Beckham played there, you know, Ronaldo, probably Ronaldinho, just a lot of top soccer players. And growing up as a soccer player makes me pretty excited.
Well, that just got me fired up. No, I'm with them, and I think there's been a lot of talk. You were talking about kind of the rest and getting out here, and there's been a lot of talk about us coming out here later and maybe not having the time to acclimate and everything. And I'll be the one to say that we got a team that we're ready to roll anytime, anywhere, whether it's in the parking lot, whether it's on some nice grass or a mud field. We don't care, man. It's all mental for us, and we're ready to rock and roll.
Yes, sir.
One question from Travis off the field, not the one that maybe more think.
What it could be about.
So it's probably difficult to agree on most people who is the best NFL team currently, but I'm sure the most would agree the New Heights is the best NFL podcast.
Okay. Hey. Everyone in conjunction say aye. Aye.
Will there be international version from Germany?
You know what? We definitely wanted to tie that in. Next week being our bye week, we were thinking about maybe coming out here and having some fun because the game came out here. But that's just a lot of travel during a gruesome season. But I appreciate you asking that, and it's definitely being talked about to come over here and do some stuff internationally with New Heights, me and my brother. But if we do, I'm only coming if these guys come with me. You guys got to come.
I'm down.
All right, cool.
I'm down. Sam.
Travis, you said on the podcast that the offense has struggled. You don't know a time where it struggled this late in the season. Can you just expand on what you were referencing there and what it's going to take to kind of flip that?
I think that looking back on everything in previous years, I kind of just was talking for the most part on how I felt at the moment and letting things run. And I stand by that this team has every piece that it needs to be great. Everybody can talk about whatever they want to talk about. That's our weakness. I know that we got a team that can put points up, and I know we got the coaches to be able to put us in a great position to succeed. And that's where we're moving going forward. It just takes guys to lock in and just be ready for those big time moments when we need them most.
Go ahead.
Chris, I just wanted to ask you about. There's a lot of hoopla on an international game, right? There's a lot of media here. How do you just still put the focus on it? It's a pretty big game on Sunday.
Most importantly, we come here to play. Like Travis said earlier, we only come here for one reason, and that's to play football. Coach Reid got a plan. We've been through this. We got in today, practice. He had a heck of a setup. And most importantly, we here to win a football game, whether it's today, tomorrow, or Sunday. So I think that's a way to eliminate distractions and keep us focused on while we're here.
Travis, just following up, what would you attribute those drops throughout the season to? I mean, lack of focus, discipline?
I mean, I've dropped a lot of footballs in my day, and it's unfortunate. You can attribute it to whatever you want. I like to take it right here and put it on me to be able to focus and lock in and be able to make those plays. I think that, having that leadership when I first came into the building and hearing Coach Reid talk about, how guys are what's the recipe for a drop, focus, balance, just there's a lot of different things that could go on. But I like to just put it on me and just say that my focus is everything. I think, that kind of leadership, when you hear Coach Reid talk about it around in the locker room and just whenever we're, reviewing like film and practice film and game film, everyone kind of falls in line and puts it on themselves.
And then I know former teammate of three of you all, Tyreek Hill, when you hear him say that you all are going to get the business, and I want to know from the defensive side of the football, how do you all take that? What type of challenges that bring? And then what's it like facing Tyreek this upcoming weekend?
Tyreek is he's a funny guy, man. He's a fun guy. He likes to, say his piece. he's always been like that, even just playing basketball in the locker room in Kansas City, and I've seen him lose a lot of those games. So I'll leave it at that and know that he's going to get a team that's ready to fight and ready to, go all 4 quarters. Or if it has to go into OT, then it has to go. But I know we're ready and we're prepared, and it's going to be a heck of a game for everybody watching here in Germany.
I don't know what business he's talking about, honestly.
He said y'all gonna get that work. So
Listen, man, we still got a game to play. It's, as much as I love Tyreek, sometimes we just talk a lot. We just talk. But I understand. You want to rile this crowd up, and I'll support it. But at the end of the day, when the pads come on, those lights on, and we still got a lot of play, right?
We do.
Yes, sir. Looking forward to it.
For Travis, the NFL broadcast is showing a lot of stats of how you've been better when Taylor Swift has been in the standing.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence, or do you actually feel like a better player?
I think it's pretty much a coincidence. I've had some pretty big games in my career. So yeah, I think it's a bit of a coincidence for sure.
In the back, sir. Go ahead. Yep.
A question for Travis. Last week, obviously, wasn't the game you planned to play against the Broncos. So what do you have to make better against the Dolphins this week, especially on the offensive side?
Yeah, I think if you watch that game, there's a lot of turnovers. And the statistics for when you turn the ball over, they're not very high on winning. So the biggest thing for us is being able to control those turnovers, being able to control the drop passes. There's a few missed assignments, and I take accountability in all this. And I think everybody in that locker room on the offensive side is taking that same approach this week.
Right here, sir.
I wanted to ask Chris about the importance of togetherness in this team. It feels like a team that supports one another. Not only does it have fun on and off the field as well, but it takes accountability, like Kelce said. I wanted to ask, how close-knit is this group, and how important is that for prolonged success within this organisation?
I think it's important, very, very important, to make sure that we win together, we lose together, right? And I think it's significant, especially when you face adversity, that you guys come together even more, because to let them know that you're not alone. Just because you drop a pass or drop a touchdown doesn't mean it costs us the game. Maybe I missed a tackle, maybe I missed a sack in a critical moment, which if we could have got it, then we could have got off the field, not put the offense in that position. So I think it's more so it's understanding and leadership, holding each one accountable and making sure we support each other through adversity.
All right, we only have time for a couple more, so just work with me right here, sir.
First of all, congrats, Travis, on the podcast. That's crazy, the amount of people that listen to it here.
That's great.
And I want to know from you guys, if you could pick 2 active NFL players, any of them, and put them together for them to do a podcast, who would you pick, starting with Chris?
2 active NFL players. Me and Travis Kelce. We'll go crazy, right?
Harrison, I always wonder how you do it. It can happen that you are hardly needed throughout the entire game, and then in the last second, your field goal decides the game. How do you manage to stay focused?
Yeah, that's a good question. I try to make every kick a big kick. So whether that's a practice kick or a first quarter extra point, if I can treat those kicks like they're big kicks, and when I do get to that field goal that might make the difference in a game, it's a routine kick that I'm used to, but it's never easy. But the more pressure I can put on myself, then when I finally do get to that big pressure-packed moment, everyone's like, man, how does he go out there and do it? Well, I'm used to that from practice, but it's a blessing to be able to play along these guys and on this stage and be able to go out there and do what I love.
Yes, sir.
Harrison, do you still follow soccer? You call soccer. And do you have a favorite team or player, maybe even from Germany?
I don't follow soccer really anymore. American football has become my favorite sport, but I fell in love with soccer. I think it was 2004 Champions League, AC Milan, Liverpool. They went to penalty kicks. And back in the day, it was hard to watch soccer games, unless it was a big game on ESPN, you didn't really watch. So fell in love with Liverpool, became a Gerrard fan, but, obviously Bayern Munich's a great team. And, I've forgotten some of the players, but I think center midfielder that played at Chelsea, he was, I loved him. Yeah, he was great. He had the Adidas Predators on.
In the back.
I am a Ronaldo fan.
Oh,
yeah.
get out of here. Messi, baby.
Yes, ma'am.
Travis, hi. So I'm a tight end. I play tackle football and I play flag football. So
Oh, yeah.
what advice would you give to all the tight ends all over the world?
Man, that's a great question. Well, shout out to the tight ends. Much love. It's the funnest position in the entire game. Quarterback, you got to worry about too much. NFL or the tight end room, you get to kind of play free and have some fun with it. And I think that's the biggest thing is for me, it's just being in tune with everything. Because you get to run block, you get to pass block, you get to both get the ball, go and catch the ball, and you get to do so many different things. It's like you're the home utility guy or the home utility girl. You know, if you need a plumber, I got you. If you need an electrician, I got you. You know, I'm the anything you need coach. And with that comes the ability. You know, you got to be able to relate to everybody on the field. So make sure you're having fun every day you come into it.
Got 3 more. Starting right here, man.
Yeah, I was waiting for the last moment because I was wondering how many people would ask something about Taylor Swift. So let me just be the one at the end of the press conference. What is the latest status and are you in love?
What is the latest status? The latest status is I got to see her last week. That's the latest status right there.
And the second question was, are you in love?
I'm going to keep my personal relationship personal.
My man.
I'll go in for Justin here. When you're facing a guy like Tyreek, right, in that secondary, you pride yourself as a thumper. Can you be that in the game, or is it just get him corralled and get him down?
I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, you never get a chance to. It's not like football is going to happen organically. So plays happen, and you have a chance that he has the ball already in his hand. You corral him. You have a chance to leave a mark, then you try and leave a mark. Everything legally, nothing malicious. It's just the way that football is played. And I'm a physical guy, so I plan on being a physical player. We played each other 3 times now, so I know him a little bit. He knows me a little bit. And we're going to have another good one on Sunday.
Last one.
You guys have all talked about experiencing international play. You know, Travis, I believe you did 3 games international in 2015.
This will be the 3rd one, right?
Yeah. On both from the offensive side and defensive side, how do you keep the young guys focused? Because there's a lot of stuff going on.
I mean, you can say young guys, old guys. I'm excited. I every single time we gotten on a bus ride already, I'm out here just peeking out the windows, just like, oh man, this is what this place looks like. And it's you know, there's nothing wrong with being excited and being happy and, you know, being in a new environment. I think that's, you know, the fun in which the NFL is giving us this opportunity to come out here and perform. And with that, I do believe that, you know, Coach Reid has been through this once or twice. So his game plan is how he schedules things out, how he, you know, goes about the practice schedules and, you know, goes about what time we come out here and everything. You have to put full trust into that because it's worked before. And with that, the leadership and just guys being here for the right reasons. You know, we had a tough week last week, so everybody's here ready to win a football game, man.
Okay, last one. Sorry about that.
So, Travis, are you expecting Taylor to be at the game with the turnaround with her schedule and being in South America?
You know what? I think when I mention or everybody knows that she's at the game, the Vegas, you know what I mean? Like the over under on my catches kind of goes up and down. The spread goes up and down. So you know I don't want to mess with any of that stuff. So I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
Thanks, guys. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Have a good one, guys.